Hey everyone, my name is Penny Zenker, and it's time to reset. This podcast goes beyond just navigating change. It's about new ways of thinking about how you can approach challenges, how you can shift your mindset when needed, create some space and grace for yourself so that you can rethink, recharge, and reprioritize when and where needed. Are you ready to unlock your full potential? Thank you for hitting play and sharing this next episode with me. It's time to reset. Howdy. So let's talk today a little bit about letting go. It is something that is so hard to do. For whatever reason, our instinct is to hold on. We feel like letting go means we're losing something. What if letting go is an opening? What if it's really opening us up to what we really need and want in the moment, or opening up possibility? In that whole concept, when I talk about the reset mindset, and I've many times been talking in different shapes and forms about things work until they don't, you know, in that is that we need to be willing to let go, to reset. A key component is being able to let go of the past, of the way we've always done things, the way we've traditionally thought about things, and open up to new perspectives, new ways of doing things. And letting go is an absolutely key part. I believe that letting go is key to resilience. It's the piece of resilience that no one talks about. Because can we really be resilient if we are getting back up, but we're dragging along with us all of the baggage and the way that we've done things or thought about things, all the negativity or the I can'ts and the I won'ts and the I'm not good enoughs and whatever it is that we might be telling ourselves? Is that really being resilient because we did get back up and we moved on? To really move on and move on with, let's say, from a grounded place, a place of healing, is we have to be able to let go. We're not perfect. And our past self, we did the best we could with the knowledge and the information and the situation that we have. But today we're different. And so, as long as we learn from the past and say, here's what I've learned, that helps us to let go of maybe that negative charge or the unproductive charge that might be there, with maybe feeling at fault for something, or feeling shame over the way we showed up, or something of that nature, or just being angry at someone else because our expectations weren't met. And I know we don't see it as simply that the expectations weren't met, but we're angry because something didn't go the way that it was supposed to. But we have to be able to learn from that so that we can let go. And that might mean learning, might mean changing your expectations. I was just talking to somebody yesterday that they were disappointed when someone lied, and somebody continued to lie to them, and they were continually disappointed. And they told me that their father gave them this great advice and said, "Why are you disappointed?" And they said, "Because they lied." And the dad said, "Well, the problem is that you are expecting them to tell the truth." And there's something to that. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a standard where you hold somebody to that. Doesn't mean you need to keep that person in your life. But if you know that someone is less dependable or talks about people behind their back, you have a choice. You can either continue to be friends with them and be friends with them for who they are. Maybe they're great companions for certain types of outings because you do like their company. But maybe they're not somebody you would want to share deep and dark secrets with. You change your expectations, you're going to change the way you interact with them, and you're going to change the way that you feel. But it requires you to let go. And that's just like one area of letting go. And recently, somebody connected with me and they're making a big change in their life. And they said, I learned from you, you taught me the value of letting go and letting go of what no longer serves me, and welcoming change and trusting growth, and understanding that it often that growth begins at the edge of unknown. And I said, for sure, I didn't teach them that. And I'm sure that you are the same in the context. I said, you've been learning to let go your whole life. I've been learning to let go my whole life. I just get a little better at it each time. And the more I'm intentional about it, the better that I'm going to get at it. The better I am at learning from my frustrations, my mistakes, other people's mistakes, the better I am at learning, the better I'm going to be at growing, the faster I'm going to be at growing, and the faster that I'm going to enable myself to let go. And it has been a lifelong practice, and I'm getting good at it, actually. Let go of the things that I can't control. Let go of people who don't fit in my life anymore, and that's okay. They did at one time, and I can appreciate what they brought to my life, but it's okay to let go if there's not a place in your life today. It's okay to let go of a business strategy that isn't working and that throwing more money into it is a sunk cost effect. You're just throwing good money after bad. I need to be able to recognize when it's time to let go. And there are times to stay and stay the course, but there's also times to let go. And there are some methods to review that for yourself. And maybe we can talk about one of those today. But I just want to keep this kind of high level and just say it is about letting go to be more resilient. What are some of the practices and things that you do that help you to let go faster? And what could you do differently in the future? So, a simple question that you could ask yourself, if we look at a few tips, is one, what did I learn from this? What did I learn from this, and what could I do differently going forward? That in itself can help you to let go. Maybe it's to acknowledge, right? When we have a strong feeling, to acknowledge that feeling and ask yourself, what triggered this feeling? And enable yourself just to have a heightened awareness as to where it came from. And then that in itself may help you let go of the intensity of that feeling and turn something from aggression to disappointment. And understanding then that disappointment is simply a mismatch of expectations. And maybe you didn't clarify what your expectations were. Maybe your expectations were unrealistic. And maybe somebody violated some boundaries, and there's a different choice that can be made. So just creating that heightened awareness can reduce the intensity. Interesting. Instead of getting upset over something, have a cue that helps you to reduce the intensity so that you can see what you can learn and how you can let go. Interesting, right? That's just a cue. It calms you down. Instead of reacting, you just say, interesting. I actually found that from Ozark. Have you ever watched the show Ozark? Marty Bird, he's great. All these crazy things happen to him. He's somehow sucked into this mob situation and he has to deal with dead bodies on his floor and uh, money that shows up that he has to launder and all these types of things. And no matter what happens, he keeps his cool and he just says, interesting, to give him a moment to think through it and to come up with a solution, look at different perspectives and how he could resolve the situation as horrible as it is. We have that ability too, but we have to let go of the intensity of the moment and that emotion to step back away from it so that we can see it for what it is. Not worse than it is, not better than it is, but for what it is, so that we can then approach it with different perspectives and then realign around the next best step, right? That's the reset practice. Step back, get perspective, and realign. That is also a practice that you can use to help you to let go, to recognize when you step back, what's no longer serving you, what's not working, right? Simple frameworks, what's working, what's not working, help you to do that. And maybe you have some of your own too. I'd love to hear them. I just wanted to share a few of those very simple ones here so that you can put that into practice. Because it's a practice. Letting go is a practice. Letting go so that you can open up to something bigger and better, so that you can open up your heart to connect deeper. this opening for us is what makes us feel alive. And it's the closing and the holding on that keeps us from living our best life. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you're taking away, what your practices are, and please reach out, share it with me, share it in the show notes or in whatever shape or form. Come visit me at LinkedIn and connect with me and follow me. Get the reset mindset and see how that supports you in your process of letting go and opening up. Whatever way you choose, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. See you, everyone. Hey, thank you for spending this time with me. It really means a lot. If you're feeling a little off, distracted, overwhelmed, stuck, or just out of sync, remember that's your signal to reset. And that's all it takes, just recognizing one reset moment at a time. So stay tuned for more tips, tools, tricks, stories, strategies, all here on Time to Reset. We'll see you in the next episode.